My name is Kelly Laufenberg, also known as Kid Kelly in the tattoo world, and I'm a professional tattoo artist. I've always been into art ever since could pretty much pick up a pencil. I went to the Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design. I was there for about two and a half years, majoring in painting, minoring in drawing. After I left my ed, well, just like any typical person, I went and got a job that would pay the bills. Worked at a factory for 3 years, and after that, my art was kind of lacking. So I quit there and actually met up with a buddy of mine, Ken, and he brought me on to help him do wall murals for private residents and commercial buildings and stuff like that. And then from there it spiraled into motorcycles, motorcycle gas tanks, selling stuff out of galleries, pretty much anything to pay the bills. And I just kept just trying out different mediums until I found tattooing. My tattooing career, I guess, started off when I was up with the family camping. My cousin actually had a tattoo starter kit, and he had all of his equipment up at the campground in a little screen tent. So one night, we were all just bored hanging out, and he asked if I wanted to give him a tattoo, and he knew I could draw, so it was just a whole new world for me, really. And I picked up the machine and I said, well, how do you run the machine? How does this thing work? And he said, just hit the little pedal and just start drawing on me. So that's what I did. And it turned out pretty bad, but that's to be expected. I had no idea what I was doing. But that was my very first foot in the door. And ever since then, I just kept going on and on and on. And eventually I ended up buying his tattoo equipment from him, and I started practicing on grapefruit because that's kind of like skin texture. And then from there I started practicing on my cousins and relatives and stuff like that, and I promised them whatever I messed up on their legs and everything, when I got good enough, I would clean them up and fix them. And I'm still fixing them to this day. So, but you need to start somewhere. And then from there, I got into a tattoo studio and worked there for a while. Then from there, I just jumped to another studio, and it just kept going crazy. And yeah, and now this is where I'm at. I have my own studio, and still learning every day, and that's what it's about. This tattoo studio is a little different from the other local shops in the surrounding areas. It's from the layout, from the theme. It's Alley Cat Inc. So from the layout of the theme, that the moment you walk in the door, the layout is you're like walking through an old alley, and then you come into the studio, and it's like a modern steampunkish industrial feel. And then you come in, and it's all about the art. I'm trying to be more of like a full-blown custom tattooing studio. Probably 90% of the work I do is all custom. Somebody comes in with ideas, and I freehand draw them and give them the best artwork possible. I think that's where the shop starts to separate a little bit. From the moment I even bought the building, from the moment I stepped in, I seen like a vision, and I wanted it to be to not be your typical studio where it's a lot of clutter, where there's no rhyme or reason for usually what they do. They throw images, pictures, anything that they think is tattoo related up on the walls, pretty much just to cover the walls, and because that's what a studio is supposed to be, just a lot of crazy skulls and everything on the walls. And I try to stay away from that to try getting a different feel. This shop is very cozy. I mean, it feels like home. And a lot of people that actually come into the studio here are very shocked that it's an actual tattooing studio, just because it doesn't have all those images on the wall. And it's a very clean, classy shop. Everything from the designing aspect all the way up. You know, a lot of antiques in here, and I just try to keep it a little bit classy. You know, so the normal public will want to come in. Like the older generation, they're kind of hesitant to come into a tattoo studio. So by having it be a classy looking shop and a non-threatening looking shop, now when these older generation people, they look through the window and they're like, holy cow, this place is not really what I thought it'd be. Then that invites them in. Then they come in and then they actually see that, you know, this shop is about art. And, you know, that's pretty much what I'm designing the shop around. Is I want it to be very artsy, very classy, to the point where anybody feels comfortable. To me, tattooing is just another art form. It's like a new canvas. You know, I get to put my paintings now on people's skin, and they're going to carry it around with them for the rest of their life. And for the majority of people, it's a very meaningful tattoo and a very meaningful process that it goes through to get it done. It's all to me, it's all about art. You know, it's just another canvas, and it's something that I've fallen in love with.